The Pac is officially back with its 8th football-playing member. This ends a rather volatile time in the conference's history. But how much does this actually help the conference when it comes to perception in the new college football landscape? And why did it take so long to make this move? Let's talk about it. What's up, fellas? There's not any other way to start this video than by saying congratulations to the Pac-12 for finally becoming a real conference again. Alright, I got my little bit of sarcasm out of the way, but really, I am happy. As a West Coast / Southwest football fan, I really didn't want to see this conference fold. It has too much history and meaning out west that it would have been a travesty to not have it in some shape or form. Just the fact it came back from the brink of deletion to exist, unlike the WAC, is a big W for not just West Coast fans, but college football fans as a whole. Hell, this almost guarantees Pac-12 After Dark to come back, which I know is always fun for those East Coasters that love staying up past 12 a.m. And contrary to things I've said before, I actually don't hate the Pac-12. I just hate some of the fan bases that now inhabit it. Not all of them, just the ones that are trying to bully other schools and their fan bases into believing that it is a power conference and will have the Power 5 autonomy again. As for the actual team joining, Texas State, I gotta congratulate the Bobcats. I feel like this is the right move for them. This will automatically elevate their program's reputation almost immediately upon entering this conference, at least in my eyes, because though I like and respect all the Sun Belt teams, and maybe you can argue at times it was better or more competitive than the Mountain West the past 5 years. Not according to me, but I know some people would say that. They're wrong. That's besides the point. That Pac-12 badge that they will have on their jersey holds more weight than I think the Sun Belt badge ever did or ever will. Then you factor in they'll be sharing a conference with teams like Boise State, like Fresno State, like Oregon State on the football side, and on the basketball side, they'll be able to play against a historically great program in Gonzaga. It elevates their perceived level of competition week in, week out. I mean, look, if we just look at it from the football side, which is really all I care about, I like basketball. It's not the most important, though. This Texas State team right now is really good, and I think can almost compete immediately in the new Pac-12. That's actually part of the reason why I, as a UNLV fan, was pushing for the Mountain West to try to get them. Clearly, that time has passed, so we'll move on. But the Bobcats are on par with what would have been the middle to upper middle of Mountain West tier of team last year that has now become the majority of the Pac-12. And I see a route for them to possibly compete and or win the Pac-12 in its God damn it, in the re-release season. Words are difficult sometimes. And I already know what you're about to say, but Boise's there. I get that. What I would counter that with is I can almost guarantee you Texas State does not respect Boise, at least not the way the Mountain West and the new Pac-12 teams do. Even though I hate Boise, I do respect them. Maybe a little too much. I mean, UNLV's record is what it is against them. I won't show it to you because I don't like the way it looks. So you can look it up yourself. But the rest of the G5 does not hold the same esteem for the Broncos as we do out west. Hell, I don't think Texas State ever even played them yet. I might be wrong about that, I just can't think off the top of my head when they've played. So they really don't have to respect anyone in the new Pac-12, and sometimes that's exactly what you need when you're trying to do something special in a new environment. As for the money part of this, I'm almost 100% sure that whatever they'll be making is going to be more money in the new Pac-12 than they ever did off of any TV deal in the Sun Belt. Speaking of TV deals, on to the Pac-12 side of this. Let's not sugarcoat this. This is what was needed, and I'm happy y'all got it done. It allows you to act from a position of power, being a fully recognized conference. This is a big step in possibly making future realignment moves. I also expect any day now for the television contract to be done. And sure, it may not have been the amount that was promised or even expected or, whatever, right? Y'all ain't getting 10 to 12 million a year, I promise you. But it's still a major step up from having, no money. It's gonna more than likely be on par with the rest of the conferences in the G5. G6, my bad. You guys are here now. I expect it to be what the Mountain West is currently making, maybe a little bit more. And you added a team that is seemingly well supported in the state of Texas. San Marcos is not that close to any other major market in Texas, but it'll probably boost the numbers a little bit. I know someone's going to say, oh, it's close to Austin. Yeah, all right. I mean, you think Austin people really watching Texas State like that? Look, I'm not trying to be rude. All right, let's move on. But let's not pretend like this was your first or second or even third choice. We all know who you actually wanted. I mean, look, when it comes to UNLV, I can't blame you. Everybody wants the Rebels. Word on the street is Mr. Yormark wants Hey Reb at Big 12 Media Days in the near future. I know that's going to piss someone off, man. But you first struck out with Memphis, then you got shut down by a couple other teams. And it all seems like all the early struggles with finding a team had to do with how the Pac-12 commissioner, Teresa Gold, and other school presidents were acting towards some of those schools at that time. And before you think it's me projecting, just look back at the interviews with Memphis and UNLV after they had talks with the Pac-12. Both ADs, Eric Harper and Ed Scott, felt like they were disrespected. I would have said Tulane, but I don't know if they've ever actually acknowledged a potential offer. So I don't know, maybe these new Pac-12 schools need to learn more people skills or get rid of your conference commissioner. I gotta pause real quick. This could just be Pac-12 propaganda, but apparently after Texas State joined, Memphis is now more willing to talk about the possibility of joining the conference in the future. And if this is true, this is a big win for the Pac-12. Personally, I won't believe it until it's done, and it still doesn't change the fact that this could have been done earlier if the conference just came correct in the initial meetings. All right, back to the video. I don't know, man, but if you are a Pac-12 fan, the biggest thing for you right now is to embrace the grind. You're still part of the G6. Try to be the best group of 6 conference every year. Stop lying and trying to convince people that you are part of the Power 5, when in reality, you're on par with the rest of us down here, buddy. And I'm not saying there's not a way for you guys to be the almost automatic playoff qualifier for the group of 6 every year, if you guys are on the same page, but you gotta win. And you gotta beat the Mountain West in your head-to-head from here on out. If you don't, you'll never beat the Mountain West 2.0 allegations. The last thing on this topic, it's simple. If you win enough games as a conference, it will become a more attractive conference to those that are left out of the Power 4. And possibly they might want to join your conference later on, thus adding more value to your TV deal in the future. Now, I gotta add my UNLV part to this video. I am a fan. How this affects us? It doesn't. We kind of knew that we weren't leaving the Mountain West for the past 6 months, so I won't entertain the shoulda, woulda, couldas. The Rebels must focus on this upcoming season. We could do some special things this year. Speaking of that, one of our games got moved up to week 0, so we'll all get to see this team perform a week earlier than expected. All thanks to Turkey Atlas Sheik, and what I would be sure is an incredible donation to the UNLV athletic department because of the Canelo Crawford fight in Allegiant. So shout out to him, and hopefully Canelo wins by knockout in the 6th. Wink, wink. I got money on it, so things are looking up for the program and me. God, football season's almost here, y'all. I'm so excited. Anyways, I gotta get out of here. Get ready to play EA College Football 26. Maybe remake my Nevada State Dynasty or do a couple of USC UNLV playthroughs. I don't know. Thank you for watching this video. If you made it this far, I definitely appreciate it. I'd appreciate it even more if you considered liking and subscribing. I'm almost at 100 subs and I think it'd be cool to get there. But most importantly, let me know what y'all think about this or really anything else in the comments.